were having a blast. Teenage dreams and neon screens. It was all bad and no one to me. Like, you know, it's like whatever, together forever. We're never gonna sever. Laughing, sharing our stories clever. We'll take you back. It's like whatever.
Welcome to Like Whatever, a podcast for, by, and about Gen X. I'm Nicole, and this is my BFFF, Heather.
Hello.
So we're both super sleepy today.
Yeah.
We're recording virtually again, so if it sounds a little funky, that's why, but I am still recovering from having the flu last week.
Yes.
And work took the energy, so...
Yeah. And my dog has decided that right now is the perfect time for his old ass to play with his toy directly next to me. So.
And Heather's coming off 2 days after a holiday, which is always fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it's been okay, stop. It's been a week.
Yeah.
Maybe I tried to find his phone.
Stop feeling like I'm dying. We can actually get together face to face.
I know, right? So this week I'll probably run it raw again.
Okay.
So don't mess up.
I will hit the mute button if I get into a coughing fit. So if I go quiet for a second, that's fine.
That's why. Other than that, I don't really have any. I've just been watching really nothing. Big Bang Theory. I started again.
Okay. I never watched that.
I like it.
Yeah.
I skipped like the first 2 seasons. Well, the first season is... I don't really need to watch the first season, but it's pretty good.
I watched, I've watched it twice all the way through now. Zach Galifianakis, he has a show on Netflix called This Is a Gardening Show.
Uh-huh.
And it's only like 6 half-hour episodes. One's on tomatoes, one's on apples, one's on compost, one's on corn. I don't know, but it is like tears rolling down my face funny.
Huh.
Because Zach Galifianakis is basically a child in a grown man's body. And part of the show is him sitting down with little kids. Each show has like a different age group.
Oh.
Those kids, man. Oh my God. It's so funny. But I learned a lot. And then he also goes and finds like an expert. But like for the tomato one, he went to this old hippie couple's little farmette and all they grow their tomatoes. And she's like created her own type of tomatoes. And so it's just like normal people, like teaching what they learned from gardening.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And like the corn one was just an old farmer like you'd see around here. Just cornfields, old man with his overalls and baseball cap and driving his tractor. So he's like
cool
80. So him with Zach Galifianakis is funny too, because very, very different personalities.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I highly recommend it if you're looking for something fun. Even if you don't garden, it's still very entertaining.
I'll have to check it out. I recently started watching TV again. Usually I just sit here and doom scroll until it's time for bed, but But I was like, you know what? Let's branch out to the giant TV instead of the tiny one. Give my little eyeballs a break.
And then I started The Burrows. Have you heard of that one?
No.
It's also on Netflix, and it's produced by the brothers that make Stranger Things. And The Burrows is this like elderly living community, but obviously there's science fiction stuff to it because
sure. But
it's got Gina Davis in it, so that's cool. It's not bad. It's not like I watched the first like 2, and then I watched one another night, skip last night. So it's not anything that I'm like, oh my God, I have to watch it. But it's pretty cool. Yeah.
I did have one of my old ladies. So I have like this one old lady who's like old lady. And so they're called hardships. You have to deliver to their door. They have a community mailbox and then so some of them can't get to the community mailbox. Anyway, so I have to bring it to her door. She's always been a hardship since I started there. So but the girl that did this route before me would take her trash out for her and bring her trash back in. And so I have picked up, because what am I going to do? Say, fuck no. So then she had, there was last spring, because last spring, her mail, like, so I would go and she's got like a little porch, and then I would put her mail on the porch. And she gets like right outside her door, so she just grabs it. She doesn't have a mailbox. You're supposed to have a mailbox. She had one, but it's too far away from her anyway. So I put it right next to her door, and I go the next day, and the mail from the day before is still there. And I was like, that's not good. Yeah. So I was like, well, maybe she's, because sometimes like people come and take her, I don't know where. So I was like, well, maybe she's just, or she forgot, or I don't know. So the next day I go, and then there's 2 days there. And I was like, oh no. Yeah. So I go to the office, because I stood there for a really long time, and I'm like, what to do. And so then I went to the office, because it's like a little trailer park. And I went to the office, and I was like, hey, what do you know about so-and-so? And it was the office lady, 2 office ladies, and then the grounds crew. And we're all standing. I'm, you're the one lady in the office used to work for the post office, so she's cool. And then the groundskeepers, I wave to them every day, and blah blah blah. And he's like, hey, what do you know about her? And she's looking at me, and she's like, I was like, do you know if she's away? I was like, did she say anything? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh. I said, well, she's a hardship. I bring her mail to the door. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, and there's 3 days worth of mail sitting there now. So now we're all just standing there staring at each other. Like, yeah. So then we're just like, yep. And the lady is like, how many days? And I was like, 3. And she was like, And the poor the 2 groundskeepers are like, like looking all around. And finally the head guy was like, all right, we'll go over there. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I was like, okay, bye. So I left, because now it's their problem. So I hadn't heard anything. So like 2 or 3 days later, I go back to the office, and I was like, hey, whatever happened with Mrs. So-and-so? And she was like, oh shit, I've been meaning to come over and tell you. She had an accident. She fell. She went to the hospital, and she's in a rehab now. And she said that she's going to call the post office and let them know when she's back. And I was like, oh, okay, good. And she was like, and then she told me how wonderful you are for checking on her. And I was like, well, I mean, I didn't want her to be in there dead or hurt or what, I don't. So she was gone a while. And then when she came back, she met me at the door with a little walker and her oxygen tank. And she was like, hey. And I was like, hey, welcome back. You scared me, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, yeah, well, I can't really get to the door anymore. Is there any way you can bring the mail in? This is, we're supposed to be a hard no on that one. Like, we're not allowed in people's houses. It's a hard no. But what am I supposed to say?
Right.
No. So I was like, okay. But I can tell you right now that my sub, when he works, will not be able to do that. He's going to have to leave it on the porch. And she was like, well, I mean, I guess that'll be okay. And because she has like a lady that comes by like 3 times a week. I was like, I mean, I said, I cannot tell him to come in here. First of all, he's not going to feel comfortable. Second of all, I can't ask him to do that. And she's like, no, you're right. Okay. So now every day I have to knock on her door. And then if she answers me, I'll have to take it in. Well, like a couple weeks ago, I knocked. There's no answer, which is fine because sometimes she's got doctor's appointments. She doesn't have a car anymore, so I never know if she's actually there or not. So I leave it, and I come back the next day. Mail's still there, and I was like, motherfucker. So I was like, so I go back up to the front, and I was doing something, and a lady comes by, and she was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that Mrs. So-and-so is back in the hospital. And I was like, okay. Like, somebody leave me a fucking note at some point.
For real.
So yesterday, when I came in, she was like, have you seen the trash men yet? And I was like, no, I haven't, but it's after a holiday. So yeah, I was like, no, but she's like, you haven't seen them in here at all? And I was like, no, and they're hard to miss. So no, I don't think they're coming today. And she was like, okay. So today I came and I saw the trash bin in there. So I was like, ugh. So I go and I open her trash bin. Of course, it's empty. So I drag it to the house. I go in, I knock on the door. And she was like, you're just so wonderful. I appreciate you so much. You're just such a kind, kind person. Don't you ever change. And I was like, okay, I gotta go. Please don't call my boss and tell her I do all this for you because this is a hard no. I don't think my boss would care, but
yeah.
So that was my old lady journey today.
Sure. She keeps you busy.
She does keep me busy. She's like, this is terrible to say, but her voice is like nails on a chalkboard. Like but what are you going to do? She's 108. Well, so she's got to be in her 70s, probably 80s. And one day she's like, I don't get much mail. Sometimes I get a card from my mother. And I was like, card from your mother? Wait, what?
Cards from heaven?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, we don't deliver from heaven. Wow. Okay. But then her mom died. I was like, well, yeah. I mean, what was she, 118 years old? I mean, for fuck's sake.
At least.
Yeah, so that's my old lady. But, it's one of those things that, I mean, yeah, it makes you feel kind of good about yourself because you're like, well, this old lady nobody else loves me. This old lady does. And like, I'm the only person she talks to really all day. And I have a couple other ones that will just talk your head off the whole time. And you're like, okay. I have a lot of things to do today. But yes, but that's the fun of being a mail carrier.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you have to be nice to people, and it sucks.
Yeah. A spider just crawled under my laptop.
Don't kill it.
There he is. I'm not.
Okay.
It's white.
Oh, house spider.
It jumped on my blanket.
Oh no! You can't just grab it.
Oh, I flinged it.
Oh man!
I hope.
All right, let's get this party started.
Okay.
Coughing. She's coughing.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, before we get started, like, share, rate, review.
Please.
Find us on all the socials.
Yes.
We have a website at likewhateverpod.com. We are on the YouTube. And we have an email, likewhateverpod@gmail.com.
All right. Good deal.
Yep.
So it's oh wait, we forgot the question.
Oh, okay. The question for this week is, what is your favorite animal of all time and why? You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like something's crawling on me.
It's not.
All right,
So you're saying it's not a spider. Your favorite animal is not a spider.
I mean, no, it's not.
Okay.
Capybara is my all-time favorite animal. I
Mhm.
have seen them in real life at the zoo, and I've done a lot of research on them. And you can have one as a pet. It is legal to have one as a pet. But there's a lot of work that goes into it. So one of those things, maybe when I retire, I'll get a pet capybara. Because you
Why
get
don't
like
you get
a
a guinea
little
pig?
kiddie pool, and you can get in the pool
Uh-huh.
with them, and they love it.
Why don't you get a guinea pig? It's just a smaller version.
I've had guinea pigs. I
Well,
want a
it's the
great
same.
big. I want one I can like snuggle with.
Oh,
Yeah. And what made me think of it is my friend got me capybara earrings.
oh, cute. Well, I've never met one in real life, but I think my favorite animal of all time. Well, that's a really hard one.
I know. I can think of like 5 for you off the top of my head.
Yeah, I know, right? I like sharks. Like I'm a big fan of the great white.
Mm-hmm.
I like dogs a lot. But I'm gonna have to go with a T-Rex.
I like it. I like it.
T-Rex. And the modern equivalent, I keep in a cage over in the corner. So she is a T-Rex today. She is so bad today. I couldn't even.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, she is not well behaved today at all.
Yeah,
That's why
wasn't
she's
sure.
not
I
out
thought
right
also
now.
for you like ravens.
I like ravens, yeah. Oh, speaking of ravens, their little cousin, the crow. So I'm asking my crow army.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today I went. So my routine is usually I take the dog out, come back in, grab the food, and get dressed and get ready to go to work. And then I take the food out on my way to work. And I put it in the little dish I have out there. So today I heard them out there, and I was like, "Oh shit, I must be running behind because they're ready for their food." And so I opened the door, and there was one on the deck, and my deck is maybe like 4 feet wide, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sitting, and it didn't move when I opened the door. It just stood there. And I said, "Well, hello there." I said, "Well, hello there, beautiful bird." And then I placed the food in there, and then I went down the steps.
And he stayed there the whole time?
He stayed there the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
I know. We're friends now.
I can't wait
We're
to
buddies.
get your first present.
I know. Me too. I've been waiting.
Mm-hmm. I used to
I'm gonna
feed
give him.
crows at my other house, and they would get when they were hungry because I do it like in the evening, and they would circle or sit in the trees and yell at me, and I'd yell back, be like, "Okay, I know. Hold on." So
I'm excited. I got to find some. I have to find some shiny stuff to put out there because they want to trade you shiny stuff. So I have to find some. I have to find some shiny stuff to put out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So let's fuck around and find out about safety mascots.
Ooh.
This is going to be fun.
Love it. Do you have Mr. Yuck on there?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I'm ready. He's my all-time favorite safety mascot.
I decided I think I want to get a Mr. Yuck tattoo.
Ooh, I love that idea.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So America has always loved its symbols, the eagle, the flag, and Uncle Sam. But in the second half of the 20th century, a new kind of symbol emerged, stranger, more colorful, and far more personal. They weren't carved in marble or printed on currency. They were printed on posters, broadcast on television, and handed out in elementary school cafeterias. They were mascots, guardians of safety, morality, and public responsibility. They taught us to buckle up, to avoid strangers, to protect the forests, to keep our planet clean, and to stay away from poisons under the sink. They were everywhere, and yet their stories have rarely been told. Of course, we're going to start with the one and only Smokey the Bear.
Yeah. Classic.
He was born not from whimsy, but from war. In 1944, as World War II raged overseas, the United States faced a domestic threat, forest fires. With so many firefighters deployed, the Forest Service needed a new strategy, one that can mobilize the public. They turned to advertising, and advertising turned to a bear. Smokey's earliest posters were stark and serious, a towering bear in a ranger hat pointing directly at the viewer. His message was simple, powerful, and unforgettable. Only you can prevent forest fires. Which was very scary for me, because I thought I was the only one. That was a large responsibility for one person. And I don't even live near any forests. So, well, how was I going to do that? There's no trees here. This was no cartoon sidekick. Smokey was a moral authority, a stern paternal figure who spoke with the weight of responsibility. But Smokey's legend grew even larger in 1950 when a real bear cub survived a devastating blaze in New Mexico. Burned, frightened, and clinging to a charred tree, the cub was rescued by firefighters. He became the living embodiment of Smokey's message, a symbol of resilience and vulnerability. America embraced him. Children wrote letters. Schools held Smokey assemblies. Merchandise exploded. Smokey became the first PSA celebrity, a national icon with a mission that transcended generations. For decades, Smokey's voice echoed across radio, television, and classrooms. He didn't change much because he didn't need to. He was so timeless, a guardian carved into the American consciousness. But behind the scenes, Smokey's creators wrestled with a challenge. How do you keep a 1940s mascot relevant in a world that changed every decade? The answer would come later in the digital age. But for now, Smokey stood alone, the first and greatest of the guardians. By the late 60s, America was waking up to a new crisis: pollution.
Oh, yeah.
Rivers caught fire, cities choked on smog, trash piled up in parks and streets. The environmental movement was rising and it needed a mascot. So in 1970, the U.S. Forest Service introduced Woodsy the Owl.
Oh, yeah.
A cheerful, wide-eyed bird with a feathered cap and a message that would become a cultural touchstone. Give a hoot, don't pollute. I didn't remember Woodsy until I was doing this, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Yep.
How I remember him.
I'm going to start using Give a Hoot, Don't Pollute again.
Give a hoot, don't pollute.
I'm bringing it back.
Okay. Woodsy was everything Smokey wasn't. Where Smokey was stern, Woodsy was friendly. Woodsy encouraged instead of warned, and he invited instead of commanded. He was designed for a new generation, one that questioned authority, embraced nature, and believed in collective action. Woodsy's PSAs were bright, musical, and optimistic, much like us as a just kidding. He appeared in classrooms, on posters and coloring books, and even in environmental parades. He taught recycling before recycling bins were common. He taught conservation before climate change was a household term, but Woodsy's journey wasn't about turbulence. In the 90s, he underwent a redesign, a sleeker, more modern, less whimsical. Some loved it. Others felt something had been lost. The gentle charm that made Woodsy feel like a friend. Still, Woodsy endured. His message remained relevant, perhaps more than ever, and he became a symbol not just of environmentalism, but of the power of positivity in public messaging.
Mm-hmm. Yay, Woodsy.
Woodsy. Now here, this one is my favorite.
Oh.
The 80s were a decade of anxiety. Crime rates rose, neighborhoods felt unsafe, parents worried about drugs, gangs, and strangers.
I know who it is.
America needed a protector, someone who could speak to children about danger without sugarcoating it. Enter McGruff the Crime Dog.
Yep.
So this is the whole reason that I decided to do this as an episode, because one of my podcasts, they bring a McGruff the Crime Dog puppet on all their tour dates, because the one girl got one on eBay, and so they have to bring it everywhere. And he she makes it so he hits on the other co-host the whole time, and he's very dirty, and it's fucking hilarious. It's just very hilarious. So I was like, oh, McGruff, yeah. And then when I started, I was like, well, you can't do McGruff without Smokey.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there you have it. Created in 1980, McGruff was unlike any mascot before him. He wore a trench coat. He spoke in a gravelly, world-weary voice. He walked through alleys and city streets like a detective from a noir film.
Yep.
His message was blunt. Take a bite out of crime. McGruff's PSAs tackled everything. Burglary, drugs, kidnapping, vandalism, bullying, even cybercrime decades before it became mainstream. He wasn't cute and he wasn't cuddly, but he was tough. A dog who had seen things. Children trusted him. Adults respected him. Schools welcomed him. He became a fixture of assemblies, safety fairs, and community events. But as the 90s arrived, McGruff's world grew darker. The PSAs became more intense, sometimes frightening. Critics argued they scared children. Supporters argued they prepared them. I thought so. McGruff even released a music album, a surreal collection of anti-drug songs delivered in his signature growl. It was bizarre, earnest, and unforgettable. Through it all, McGruff remained a symbol of vigilance, a detective patrolling the collective imagination of a nation. So,
sure, he came to my school.
I'm pretty sure he came to my school too. But he was also the one. Remember when I was telling you about how we had to go get our fingerprints taken at McDonald's?
McDonald's, yeah.
Yeah, but he was there. McGruff was there. I met McGruff for reals.
Crazy. No wonder he's your favorite.
I know. I love him. I think it's the trench coat for me. Like he means business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I've just always been interested in the crime and not so much the environmental issues. So, maybe that says a lot about me.
Maybe.
But not all mascots were meant to be loved. Some were meant to repel, and none repelled us quite like Mr. Yuck.
He's
created
Yuck is mean, Mr. Yuck is green. You remember that song?
I do. I'm telling you, I'm going to get a Mr. Yuck tattoo. Created in 1971 by the Pittsburgh Poison Center, Mr. Yuck was designed to be everything children disliked. Neon green, scowling, tongue out, radiating disgust. He wasn't a friend. He wasn't a guide. He was a warning, a toxic symbol for toxic substances. Now, I remember when we got the stickers. I don't know where we got the stickers from. I don't know if they gave them out of school or whatever. And I put them motherfuckers everywhere.
They were everywhere.
Yeah, they were. I don't know.
Maybe they came in the mail.
Maybe. You probably could. Yeah, you probably could send
it. The point of them was to put them on things that you didn't want your kids to.
Mm-hmm. Parents plastered Mr. Yuck stickers on cabinets, cleaning supplies, and medicine bottles. Mm-hmm. Children learned quickly, if you see that face, stay away. Mm-hmm. But Mr. Yuck became something more, a cultural phenomenon. Kids collected the stickers. Teenagers wore them ironically. Punk bands adopted the logo. Mr. Yuck became a symbol of rebellion, even as he tried to prevent it. Some argued he was too scary. Others say he wasn't scary enough, but no one forgot him.
He's the best.
He is the best. By the early 1980s, America faced a silent epidemic. Car accidents were one of the leading causes of death. Seatbelt use hovered around 14%, shockingly low. Mm-hmm. People simply didn't buckle up. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration needed a message that would break through the noise. They needed something bold, funny, and unforgettable. Do you remember? what they introduced.
I can't picture anything.
Vince and Larry, the crash test dummies.
Oh, shit. Yes, of course. Of course.
They were born in 1985.
Okay.
They were clumsy, loud, and endlessly destructive. Every PSA ended the same way, with a spectacular crash, a cloud of debris, and the iconic line, "You could learn a lot from a dummy."
Mm-hmm.
The humor was intentional and the chaos was calculated. The message was unmistakable. Vince and Larry became instant celebrities. They appeared on talk shows, they starred in comic books, action figures, lunchboxes, and even a short-lived Saturday morning cartoon. But behind the slapstick was a... Go ahead.
And then it became the name of a really shitty band in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's almost so dumb.
Behind the slapstick was a serious mission, and it worked. Seatbelt use skyrocketed. Lives were saved, tens of thousands of them. Yet fame is fleeting, and by the late 90s, new campaigns replaced them. Airbags became standard, crash test technology evolved, and Vincent Larry retired. Their mission accomplished, but their legacy remains. Not in awards or accolades, but in the millions of people who buckle up without thinking because two dummies taught them to. I'm going to have to say I am not one of those people because, and hear me out.
I know.
I know you know. I think that seatbelt laws are against my constitutional right to my life and liberty, and I should be allowed to throw my life and my liberty through the windshield if I want. And it is not hurting anybody else, because you're not going to make it all the way through the windshield to hurt somebody else. And even if you do make it all the way, you'll have slowed down so tremendously that you're not going to hurt anybody else. So I do wear my seatbelt more often because I have to at work, because I can get fired if I don't, which again is against my constitutional right, but it is also
somebody would definitely tattle on you if they saw it.
Well, because our seatbelts are bright ass orange, and I wear a lot of black, so you can't miss it. And yes, we have a lot of former postal workers that live in our town, and they would rat me out.
They're the tattletales?
Huh?
They're the tattletales?
Yeah.
The old employees?
Oh, yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah. We get people tattletaling on us all the time that are former postmasters, and because we have so many people from DC and New York here, I'm telling you, no joke, I probably have 20, maybe even 30 retired postal employees on my route. Yeah, I know I have. Yeah, I have one that's a retired postal inspector. I have at least 2 postmasters. That's crazy. Yeah. And they will rat your ass out. 100%.
That's crazy.
Okay. All right. Let's do your diary.
All right. So we jumped like way ahead. Now we're so the last time was Christmas, because I just had the Christmas party. Now it's April 14th.
I feel like we're getting close to the end of this, aren't we?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
No. All right. So April 14th, 1985. Dear Diary. That's the first time I've written that. Today, I am filling out my plans with Sammy. Sammy was my friend back then. We plan on living together. It's another one of those my futures. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm excited. What was Sammy, the same Sammy that I know?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. With the brother? Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. More future plans. Let's see how this goes. We plan on living together in the state of wherever or her parents live.
No. That didn't work out, but go ahead.
Yeah. After we get married, we are going to move away from each other.
That did
we
happen.
Might be next door neighbors.
Nope.
We plan to have 2 kids each.
Nope.
1 boy and 1 girl, or 2 girls. Apparently, definitely not a boy mom. We plan to have a pet cat.
Yep.
And a boy and a girl, and I want to mate them and give Sammy a kitten.
All right.
And then I list some cats that we liked, and we were obviously looking in like a fancy cat book because we have all these fancy name cats on here.
Right.
Like
Persians.
Yeah. I'll spare you the details of that.
Just look up fancy cats.
Sammy wants a Samoyed dog, and so do I.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy wants a husky too, and she wants a horse.
Uh-huh.
Then I name a bunch of horses that she wants.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was the end of the entry.
Oh. It's just a list of different kinds of animals.
I think I got bored with that entry for a minute there.
Yeah, you were like, horses, Clydesdales.
And just a little sneak peek at next week, we have a love letter.
Oh, girl.
Yep. So it's just a short little entry, but then there is a love letter, which I have not opened, and I won't open it until next week.
I was just going to ask if you had opened it. I would have had
Nope.
it. I would have had it.
Nope.
Well.
All I know is it's for Philip, and I love him.
Oh, Philip.
Oh, I can't wait to read my 12-year-old me
love letter. Oh, Philip, you're in for it.
Next
Phillip.
week, everyone.
You do not want to miss that. All right, let's get back to our mascots.
Okay.
All right. So for every Smokey, McGruff, or Woodsy, there are a dozen more. Mascots who flickered briefly across the screen, visited a handful of schools, or appeared in a single PSA before vanishing into the archives. They were strange, unforgettable, even if most people did forget them. So, I'm going to go through and give you some that some I had heard of, and some I have not. Some are regional. This part was like really fun because I was like, what in the actual fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm super excited for this. I'm curious to see how many we know.
There was Louie the Lightning Bug, glowing, yellow, and wearing sunglasses, teaching children not to climb power poles or stick metal objects into outlets. His southern drawl made danger sound almost friendly. And there's a cat walking behind me.
I feel like what? All right, so I'm wondering, was there an issue with children sticking metal things into sockets? Because if they weren't thinking of it, but then you brought a mascot out that said, don't do that.
Don't do that.
It would have went up exponentially, the amount of kids sticking metal things into plugs.
I agree.
But maybe it was an issue back then.
Well, it must have been, because then they came out with the little safety plug things that you put into your outlets so that your kids couldn't stick things in there. See, we were just told, don't fucking put things in there, and left to our own.
Exactly.
To not do it. But,
right.
You know, your kids, we had to plug special things in.
Well, yeah. That's fair. my daughter who tripped down 3 steps and now is in a boot and doesn't know what she might have to have surgery. That's what the doctor
she needs to have a plug thing where she can't stick electric metal objects into.
She has her own home. Maybe I should go there and
do that. You should. Here's a good one. There was Zappy, the safety squirrel, a regional mascot who warned children about downed power lines. A squirrel teaching kids not to do what squirrels do. Oh. Apparently, there must have been a real problem with children climbing power poles, electrical poles, power lines.
Well, that sounds like something we would have done.
I wouldn't. But here,
not me, but our generation.
Oh, yeah. Well, here we had this weird thing. And I haven't seen them do it. And I don't know what the difference between then and now is. Like, I don't know if it's new power line technology or what, because the lines they buried them, but not the ones anyway. They used to, after the winter, because living directly next to the Atlantic Ocean, the winter, you get wind that comes off the ocean the whole time, and it blows salt literally everywhere. Like, you can't have a car here without it rusting in 10 years. So,
yep.
But they used to go, the fire company in the spring would go and drive down the side of the highway and spray all the salt off of the lines, because the salt would build up and the power would go out because it would arc and stuff. So they used to do it like, it was probably more than just spring. Like in the middle of the winter, they'd do it too, I guess after a big storm or whatever. I have never seen them do it again since I was a little kid. And I even thought maybe I imagined that, but my mom said, no, they did it. So I don't know why they did it then and not now. Better maybe power lines.
The wires are salt proof.
I don't know if they code it better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were just bored then and just needed something to do with the fire engine. And now the fire engine has a lot to do. So,
right. Yes.
Maybe that's probably more likely. Yeah. They needed something to do. Then there was Electro Eddie, a short-lived character who explained circuit breakers with the enthusiasm of a game show host.
Oh.
So apparently we had a lot of issue with electricity.
We didn't know how to handle ourselves around.
We could not handle the electricity. It was too much. There was Fire Pup, a Dalmatian in a firefighter's helmet, who toured elementary schools with a plastic fire truck and a message of escape plans and smoke alarms.
I remember that one.
You probably remember him as Sparky, the fire dog, because there was Fire Pup, and then there was Sparky, the fire dog. He taught generations of children to stop, drop, and roll. Yes, but I also remember during Fire Safety Prevention Month, or whatever it is, I took the escape plan very seriously because I have a real fear of fire. Because we had a wood stove, and I swear I thought it was going to burn the house down. So I was petrified of fire.
That's funny. And we had a wood stove too, but I was never scared of it. Did you work the wood stove?
Yes. Oh. So I know it can't just roll out. I get it.
No, I know, but I was largely responsible for keeping it going and starting it in the morning. So I was wondering if that's why I wasn't scared of it, because I worked with it a lot.
It's a totally irrational fear.
No, it's fine. That's fine.
I was afraid of fire, and so I insisted that we had a fire safety plan. Now, here's the one issue. I sleep the sleep of the dead. The fire alarm was literally 4 inches from my door, my bedroom door.
Yep.
And it went off multiple times growing up, and I never heard it once. Not ever one time did it wake me up. To the point where my mom was absolutely concerned that if something were to happen, I was going to die. Because the fire was gonna, I wasn't here. Anyway. The safety plan was my sister had a window that was right on the deck.
Yes.
So my window, you had it was probably a story and a half fall.
Yeah, because you were snoring. On stilts. I hear him.
And sorry, everybody.
Your house was on stilts, so.
Yes. So on my side, you couldn't just fall. You just fall into your death. Probably not to your death, but there was a tree there, but it wasn't tall enough. Anyway, and it was a pine tree. Anyway, it was no good. The tree was no good. No help. So my sister's room was right. So I then decided that our route was, and I know that the folks out there don't know me, but you know me, and you know how detailed plans I like to make. And so it was a very thorough escape plan where we would go out her window onto the deck. And then to the neighbor's house.
Yep.
And then I would make us practice it all the time. Mostly because I just wanted to climb out her window. And so my mom would be watching TV in the room next to the deck. And suddenly she would see the two of us come flying out the window. And she'd be like, please stop climbing out the window. I'm like, we're practicing the escape plan. And she's like, sure you are. Sure.
So I like how your dad gave your sister the room that she could survive.
Although, it's a pattern, really, isn't it?
I know. It shows up everywhere. And I remember the window in your room because that's the window we used to smoke out of.
Because the tree blocked it.
I can't remember, though. Where was your parents' room? Was there an upstairs?
Yeah, we had upstairs.
Oh, there wasn't. Was there a bathroom right at the top of the steps?
Yep, that was their bathroom. And there was their bedroom was up on one side, and then there was she turned it into an office, but it was like a spare bedroom office kind of.
Because I remember the whole layout of the first floor.
Yeah, we never went upstairs.
The place where your parents' room was. So.
We weren't allowed upstairs unless we knocked because they smoked a lot of pot.
I know.
Yeah,
and you used to find seeds in the sink.
So we weren't allowed upstairs unless we were told okay.
Yeah.
So there was Sniffy the smoke detector, a talking alarm with googly eyes who beeped loudly whenever danger approached or whenever his batteries were low.
I don't know that one.
There was the fire safety clown brigade, a real troop.
I really don't remember that.
I remember them. A real troop of firefighters who dressed as clowns to teach fire prevention, a concept both loved and feared.
Yeah.
Hold on. There we go. There was Splash, the water safety otter, who reminded children. Familiar. I don't remember that. To remind children to wear life jackets and never swim alone.
Okay.
What you would think, I would know that because I lived at the beach, but
right.
I've never heard of him. There was Bobber, the water safety dog, a Labrador mascot of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers who taught boating safety with a wagging tail. You would think I would remember that one, but I did not. There was Wally the water drop, a cheerful droplet who warned about drowning hazards, a strange paradox of a water mascot warning about water. There was Officer Friendly, a police outreach mascot who visited classrooms with coloring books and badge stickers.
I mean, I remember getting police stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't remember that.
There was this. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
There was the safety elephant, a Canadian import who taught children to look both ways before crossing the street.
That's a big one.
Well, I don't really associate elephants with Canada, but I don't.
Or crossing the street.
Or crossing the street. Yeah, I don't know. There
Yeah,
was.
I don't think there are too many elephants in Canada.
No, they're not native. I don't think.
No.
There was the block parent house symbol, a red and white sign that told children which homes were safe. A mascot without a face, but with a powerful message. I don't remember that either.
So somebody would put a sticker on their house so that a kid knew if they were in trouble, they could go there.
Yeah.
What would stop a pedophile from putting one of those stickers on there?
Absolutely nothing would stop them.
Because it sounds like a lure to me.
I mean, in my neighborhood, there was only like 4 people who lived here all year long. So, pretty much all of them were safe houses, I guess.
Yeah.
There was the McGruff Mobile, a literal car with McGruff's face on the hood, a rolling PSA that patrolled neighborhoods like a cartoon vigilante. There was Recycle Rex, a claymation dinosaur who taught children about recycling in the 90s, a prehistoric creature teaching modern sustainability.
Do you remember that one?
I do remember that one.
Okay.
There was Captain Cleanup, a superhero with a broom for a weapon who fought litter with the power of enthusiasm. There was the Crying Indian.
Next time somebody asks me what I want my superpower to be, I'm going to say enthusiasm.
Right?
I just want to get excited about anything.
Right? There was the Crying Indian, a controversial figure whose single tear became an environmental symbol and whose story was far more complicated than the PSA revealed. Also, he was Italian and not Native American. So, yeah, that was
Sounds like one of those well-intentioned things that went
horribly wrong. It was a different time.
Symbolism, I get it, but yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. There was the litter bug, a villainous insect who represented pollution.
Huh.
I remember the litter bug.
What did it look like?
A bug. It was green. It was a green bug.
I don't know if I remember that one.
It was like I want to say it was like the game Cootie?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a cootie.
Oh, okay.
But green with like a lot of legs. I know.
You have cooties.
I know. There was Brush Along Gang, a group of animated toothbrush who sang about dental hygiene.
I think I remember that one.
Yeah. There was the Germ Busters, a team of cartoon antibodies who fought off colds and flu with capes and catchphrases.
Mm-hmm.
This one's good. This one I don't remember. But it was this. I need to look this one up. There was the Radon Ranger, a masked cowboy who warned homeowners about invisible radioactive gas. So look out for radon. There was the Nutrition Gnome, a short-lived mascot who taught children about food groups. Mm-hmm. There was Buckle Bear, a seatbelt themed bear who hugged children and reminded them to click before they ride.
Did you say hugged children?
It did hug children.
Okay.
There was Sammy the Stoplight, a walking traffic signal who taught crosswalk safety and whose costume weighed nearly 40 pounds.
Holy moly.
Mm-hmm. There was the Safety Cone Trio, 3 dancing traffic cones who appeared in a handful of regional PSAs before vanishing into obscurity.
Mm-hmm.
There was the Railroad Raccoon, who warned children never to play near train tracks.
I grew up playing on train tracks.
Well,
my dad's house was like literally train tracks, a small patch of grass, a small road, and then our front yard. And we played on those tracks all the time.
Well, you needed a Railroad Raccoon to tell you that you should not have been doing that.
Whatever, it was fun.
There was Hazard Hank, a hard hat wearing mascot who taught factory safety.
Oh. To all those kids working in the factories.
You're not wrong. There was the PPE penguin who waddled through industrial training videos wearing goggles and gloves. Oh. The Woodsy Owl, a stern bird who explained workplace regulations.
Right, this is crazy now because these are for adults.
Yes.
Like, how seriously?
Can you take Woodsy Owl? Probably not very.
How much are you really paying attention to that?
Right. And then there was the carbon monoxide canary, a modern twist on an old mining symbol.
Oh shit, that's morbid.
Yep. Yeah, right. And then there were the truly strange. There was the mold monster, a fuzzy green creature who warned about household mildew.
True.
There was Captain Radon, a superhero whose nemesis was an invisible gas.
Is that the father of Radon Raccoon?
Yes. Radon. No, it was the Radon Ranger. Radon Ranger. Yeah.
So what's his dad?
That was Captain Radon was Radon Ranger's boss.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. There was the lead paint lion. There was the lawnmower safety gnome.
Did he warn kids not to eat chips of paint off?
Don't lick lead.
Don't eat your pencils.
Don't eat your pencils.
Don't stick them
lick
into your
paint.
Skin.
Yeah, don't do it. There was the lawnmower safety gnome who warned children to stay away from the blades.
Ooh, smart.
There,
Dad's out there drum cutting the grass. He might not think to tell you not to get near the blades.
Yeah, reach your hand under there and grab that clump out of there.
That's something your dad would have done.
100%. There was the bicycle safety potato. That was regional, and it didn't say where. These were really hard. The bicycle safety potato. Yeah, potato. Yeah, potatoes often.
Are eyes. They don't get legs.
No, that's probably why he was bad at riding a bike.
They were probably riding that Mr. Potato Head thing.
Right. And finally, there was the safety bee, a mascot who buzzed through classrooms, reminding children to be careful. Be careful.
That's adorable. So
be careful. Yes.
Would Herbie was Herbie the police car? No, Herbie was the love bug.
Herbie was the love bug. I'm pretty sure that was a Disney movie.
Yeah, but remember the Volkswagen bug that was a cop car?
No, I don't remember.
That went around. Like, I met him.
I don't remember that one. Eyes would... I don't remember that one. Huh. Yeah. They were odd, terrifying, charming, but they were all part of the same mission, a vast, colorful, chaotic effort to keep children safe in a world full of dangers. Some became legends, some became footnotes, and some became memes. But all of them, every bug, bear, bird, and bizarre creation were guardians in their own way. And though time has forgotten many of their names, their messages live on. Most of these mascots are forgotten now, their costumes stored in dusty closets, and their PSAs lost to time. But for a moment, they were guardians too. As the 2000s dawned, everything changed. Television, the lifeblood of the PSA, began to lose its power. Children moved to the internet, attention spans shrank. The world became louder, faster, and more fragmented. Mascots struggled to adapt. Smokey the Bear embraced CGI, trading hand-painted posters for digital forests. McGruff tried to tackle cybercrime, warning children about chat rooms and online predators. Woodsy the Owl attempted a modern redesign, sleeker, sharper, more animated. Some mascots found new life, others faded quickly. But the biggest shift came from a place no one expected. Nostalgia. In the age of social media, the mascots of the past found a strange new home. Smokey became a meme, his stern warning repurposed for humor. McGruff's trench coat and gravelly voice became a symbols of retro cool, and Mr. Yuck resurfaced as an icon of punk aesthetics and counterculture. Vince and Larry clips went viral, their crashes rediscovered by a new generation. The mascots were no longer just teachers, they were cultural artifacts, relics of a time when messages were simpler and the world felt more manageable. Irony gave them new life, and nostalgia gave them new meaning, and the internet gave them immortality. Today, the Guardians still walk amongst us, changed, updated, but unmistakably themselves. Smokey continues his mission, now speaking to a world grappling with climate change and mega fires. His message has evolved from preventing forest fires to understanding them, but his authority remains. Woodsy still encourages environmental stewardship, now with a focus on sustainability, conservation, and climate awareness. His message is more urgent than ever. McGruff continues to warn about dangers from identity theft to online scams to cyberbullying. He has aged, but he has not retired. Mr. Yuck still appears in poison control materials. His face still triggers a primal reaction, stay away. Vince and Larry live on in museums, archives, and the memory of those who learned from them. Their work is done, but their impact endures. They were more than mascots and teachers. They were protectors, voices that whispered warnings in our childhood. They taught us responsibility, kindness, caution, fear, consequences. Together they formed a pantheon, a strange, colorful, unforgettable league of heroes. Their methods were imperfect, sometimes heavy-handed were their messages, but their impact is undeniable. They shaped our generation and saved our lives. They became part of the cultural fabric of America. And though the world has changed, their lessons remain. They were the guardians, and in a world that still needs guidance, maybe they always will be, for decades, they were more than just characters on a screen. They were woven into the fabric of our childhood, as familiar as cereal mascots. But no cultural force is without its critics, and the Guardians were no exception. Some argued that Smokey oversimplified forest management. His message, while well-intentioned, contributed to decades of fire suppression policies that made modern wildfires more severe. Others questioned Woodsy's cheerful optimism, suggesting that environmental issues required more than catchy slogans and cartoon birds. McGruff faced scrutiny for his association with law enforcement during eras of rising tension and mistrust. His PSAs, once seen as empowering, were later viewed by some as fear-based or overly simplistic. Mr. Yuck was accused of being too frightening or not frightening enough. Some poison control experts argued that children didn't always understand the symbol or that parents misused the stickers. Even Vince and Larry faced criticism. Their humor, some said, trivialized the seriousness of car accidents. But despite the controversy, one truth remained. They made people think and they made people act. And in a world of public safety, that is no small achievement. We grew up with these mascots and are adults now. For parents and teachers and firefighters, park rangers, police officers, environmental scientists, and people who carry the lessons of their childhood into the world they shape today. And ask them what they remember, and their answers are strikingly similar. They remember Smokey's voice, Woodsy's whistle, McGruff's trench coat, Mr. Yuck's face, and Vince and Larry's crashes. They taught us responsibility, awareness, empathy, caution, and care. They taught us that our actions mattered and that they had power to protect themselves. We had power to protect ourselves, our family, and our world. Today, new dangers require new messages. Cyberbullying, predators, climate change, opioids, digital addictions, wildfire, mega seasons, identity theft, and mental health crisis. The world is more complex, and the more threats are more subtle. The solutions are less obvious. The mascots of today may look different, digital, animated, interactive, but they stand on the shoulders of giants. In the end, the story of America's safety mascots is not just a story about cartoons, it's a story about a nation trying to protect its children and using the tools it had, creativity it could muster, and the imagination it never lost. Smokey, Woodsy, McGruff, Mr. Yuck, Vince and Larry, and all the forgotten guardians who stood beside them were more than mascots. They were protectors and a voice that shaped our childhood.
This
But
was so much fun.
I know.
It
I
did bring back a lot
know.
of nostalgia.
Those, when I started it, I was like, oh, because there's not really a whole lot. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, well, they were invented and then they happened and then they went away because for obvious, you know, it was pretty much like, well, obviously we know why it's because children are smarter or less apt to believe a talking bear. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Speaking of nostalgia, I have to give another plug for these The More You Know commercials. Like, it's so cool. Have you seen any of them yet?
I haven't, no.
And I think they use like actors that are like our age.
Oh,
Look familiar. Like, you probably know them from a show you used to watch or something. But the latest one I've been seeing is she talks about like, did you know that 3+ hours a day your child on technology, you know, and what it does to their mental health and sorry. And, you know, and little tips on how to, you know, make them take breaks and limit their time. And then it's The More You Know, and the star comes across the
You know, and it's very effective. They were all very effective for us because we all still remember them. Like, there's not like if you walked into any room with a bunch of Gen Xers and were like, only you, and everyone can finish that. You know, take a bite out of everyone could do the voice and and they did probably, because I do remember recycling when I was in, you know, before it was really mainstream to recycle. I remember, you know, my dad would begrudgingly do it because there was a recycling place like at the town hall.
Oh,
and
that's
so like
right. You used to have to take your recycling.
Yes, you had to take your recycling places. So
it was like when you drop off clothes in the Goodwill bin.
Yeah, you had to kids
too.
Back in my day, you had to actually take your recycling somewhere else.
Yeah,
they didn't just come get it. And you had to separate it. Now you don't even have to separate it.
Right. Yeah. And even like you had to separate green glass from white
green glass and brown glass. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I do remember. And then there was like corrugated cardboard, but that was different than like
then cereal box cardboard.
Right.
It was very complicated. It was a very complicated system.
It was. But a lot of people did it.
But we did it because, you know, because Woodsy the Owl told us we needed to. And, you know, I remember them all very well and very fondly. And, yeah.
Yes.
So I thought we'd have a little fun today with it. And
that was a really great nostalgia topic.
Thanks.
I loved it. I'm still having writer's block. It's annoying.
Yeah. I have a list. I started a list.
I have a list. But I read through it and I'm like, meh.
Yeah. Well, you got a whole week now, so
I'll still wait until Monday night to do it.
I know. I usually do too. This one I didn't. This one I worked on it the whole weekend because I was like, because the more I like Googled safety mascots and I started getting those weird ones, I was like, what are you even talking about? I can't wait to see like the picture that you put up for the episode on the Book of Face. And
yes,
I always like your posts. Always entertain me with the pictures you choose.
Thank you. I try. I try to step out of the box with it.
I think you should pick somebody who's not well, I don't know. I'll let you choose. Anyway. See if we can find some lightning bugs or something. Whatever the other ones were. The weird ones. The mildew monster or something.
Well, I might have to start with a classic one.
Right. Radon Ranger, because radon apparently was a big problem back then.
With it, yeah, we had a number of radon mascots.
Radon. Okay, well, everybody, I'm exhausted, so I have to go to bed. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
You can find us where all of the podcasts live.
Yep.
You can find us on all the socials at Like Whatever Pod.
Mm-hmm.
We have a website, www.likewhateverpod.com. Like, share, rate, review.
Please.
You can send us an email about your favorite safety mascot to likewhateverpod@gmail.com or don't like whatever.
Whatever. Bye.
Bye.